Most common cause of death? Flamethrowers. Not in the hands of enemies, but myself. An entire run gone in a
sounds
flash
right.
because some unpaid worker amputated your neck
I am
with a
the bringer
circular
of my
saw.
death.
I assumed the weapon was busted, so I tried it myself. In a straight line, where it ricocheted and cut my legs clean off.
Alright, today we're checking out Sseth diving into Quasimorph, a grim sci-fi roguelike where you're basically navigating corporate hell in deep space, and every hallway feels like a bad decision waiting to happen. You've got weird tech, hostile stations, and the kind of mechanics where survival is really never guaranteed. So if you enjoy chaotic game reviews and suffering in peace, make sure you leave that like and subscribe to Viewverse, and let's get into it.
Hey, Lactation Nation.
Hi, Seth.
Here. In the
Lactation Nation.
not-so-distant
He
future,
knows!
man no longer fears the tyranny of the state, as sovereign nations have been abolished. For we found the best form of government.
Yeah.
Anarcho-capitalism. Whenever anarcho-capitalism is
That
mentioned to me
works,
in
I
conversation,
suppose.
it's usually followed by repealing the age of consent. But in this case, it simply means everything and everyone in this entire solar system is corporate property. Quasimorph is an early access roguelike where you take the role of Magnum PMC, a private military contractor with
That looks really
flexible
cool, actually.
morality that does work for the highest bidder. The twist is,
Ooh.
the world is over. Judgment Day is here, and we're all going to die. And we've chosen to profit from the chaos. But
Might
first,
as well.
a word from
You
our
don't have
sponsor,
anything else to
because
do.
I gotta get that bread. Whoops, sorry guys, my PC crashed again. I had a single Chrome tab open, so my computer caught fire, burned down my house, and killed my wife's son. Thankfully, today's video is sponsored by Opera GX.
It was a
It's
plot.
no small secret
It was
that
all a
modern
plot.
web browsers are massive resource hogs. They always say, just upgrade your rig, bro. But you know what?
Yep.
No, I'm using
My RAM
Opera's
is too
GX
expensive.
control feature to limit how much CPU and RAM the browser can use, so I can game uninterrupted no matter how many memory leaks Elon adds to Twitter. Opera GX is extremely moddable. Check out this one that I made. I've heard your cries, your demands. More, Seth. We want more, Seth. Well, now you've got me with every single keystroke. I'll be there stroking right alongside you. Oh, you don't like that? You
Does anybody use Seth's mod? Please, I have to know if there's someone out there who's okay with hearing, hey, every time you type a single letter or a space. I'd be okay with it for like 2 days. 2 days, I would be able to handle it. And then either I become numb or I would need to change it back to my Wind Waker theme. Either way, that's pretty sick. He's got a mod.
Single keystroke. I'll be there stroking right alongside you. Oh,
Right
you don't
with
like
me?
that? You just
I
want
might
the
like it.
themed wallpaper? Opera GX once again has you covered. You can fully customize which features come from which mods. And with a plethora of excellent mods on the store page, your browser can be whatever you want it to be. Check this out. By tweaking the music, keyboard sounds, tab sounds, theme, wallpaper, and custom shader, I've created the ultimate web browsing experience. Music to my ears. Now, I know what you're thinking, Seth.
It's
This browser
beautiful.
sounds pretty cool and all, but switching browsers is such a pain. Worry
Who's that
not.
guy
Opera
again? I
GX
forget.
has an import tool to quickly download all your settings, history, bookmarks, and passwords in just one click. Use my link to download Opera GX today and say goodbye to all those pesky, boring other browsers. To answer the question, what is a
Do it.
Quasimorph? Sometimes the
switched.
most accurate answer is the schizophrenic one. The setting of Quasimorph stems from the esoteric meta.
I'm sorry, was that Pokemon music? He's got Subway Surfers, TikTok, a PlayStation controller, but I swear I heard Pokemon music.
Accurate answer is the schizophrenic one. The setting of Quasimorph stems from the esoteric metamythos of Daniil Andreev in his book Rose of the World, which describes Shadanakar, or the
What is
systems
that?
of parallel worlds connected to Earth. These concentric layers are Brahmfuturas, the superimposition, influence, and overlap of which formulate together to create existence. At least I think so. Quasimorph
think.
is an intruder stepping in from another reality.
Just the-
and unfortunately, the veil
think I
between worlds
understand.
is weakest between your chest cavity. Quasimorph is a turn-based survival extraction shooter, or in other words,
Turn-based.
2D escape from Tarkov, except fun. The principle is very simple. We take out a contract and send in one of our agents. If they die, no problem. They're
Then we
not
go
really
back
any
in.
more people than they are proprietary neuro imprints.
I
We
see.
license their consciousness, and we bioprint as many replacements necessary for total client satisfaction. You're free to
Nice.
take jobs from any of the major corporations, including the Quasimorphs. We may be locked
Why would
in
we
an
want to take
existential war
job
for
from the
humanity, but that
Quasimorph? Why would you do anything for the Quasimorph? I mean, money is money, yes, but why would you do it for the Quasimorphs? They seem very hostile. I feel like it would be bait just so they can see you and kill you on sight. Even though they know you can come back again, they'll just do it. Because why not?
including the Quasimorphs. We may be locked in an existential war for humanity, but that doesn't stop me from holding stock in Techland. Rapture is coming, but homie, I got some great dividends. And you start with a favorable reputation.
Might
After
as well
all,
die
you
peacefully.
did help them entrench into this reality. You start a mission by selecting an active contract around the planet or moon you're currently orbiting. This requires you to select a mercenary, a class, and a loadout for the mission, after which you're deployed into hostile territory. Anyone you see, anything that moves, is kill on sight. An entire mission is 2 to 4 levels. If you change your mind midway and call the shuttle, fuel is expensive, so it's cheaper to let you die. The only way to extract is by completing the objective, which can be espionage, station defense, sabotage, elimination, or conquest. If you die anywhere in between, you lose everything. And I assure you, you're going to be dying a lot. If it's any consolation, I died during the tutorial because I picked up a knife, selected amputate, and clicked on my head. Each deployment, you're on a timer. The more time you spend and the more blood you spill, the higher your level of quasimorphosis. Quasimorphosis measures the probability of ecolapse, where, upon death, the host explodes and a quasimorph phases in. The severity of the situation is described in the bottom right. Somnia, no events. Grasp, occasional ecolapse. Intrusion, music changes, ecolapse, and aggression increase. Plenum, spontaneous ecolapse. Alteration, the entire floor is coming. Q-morphose, music changes to its highest intensity.
Just gets worse.
Every host in the map explodes. And finally, rapture. If you want to live, you'll keep this number as low as possible. Now,
how do you keep the number low? I'm sure he's gonna answer that, but like, there's a lot more depth than I initially thought. I thought it was just like, okay, well, let me explain my thought process behind that, because you're probably like, Sid, he just explained some weird dimensional stuff and you think it was going to be a simpler game? No. I didn't think it was going to have that many levels to it. Even though he gave me that entire description of multiple realities and split dimensions. I wasn't expecting this. But that's a compliment. I'm pleasantly surprised. It is beautifully detailed already, and we're only, what, 5 minutes into the video? I like it.
Finally, rapture. If
I don't like rapture, though.
You'll keep this number as low as possible. Naturally, there's only a few ways to do this. Drinking vodka, smoking Newports, and injecting morphine. Each time you move, you consume calories. At higher weights, this is 9 calories per step. This is what Americans really believe. And to avoid starvation, we need a steady supply of slop. But when the food runs out, I want you to consider alternative sources. When I consume my enemies, is it really cannibalism? For that implies I considered them human to begin with. Unfortunately, human flesh will raise your quasimorphosis. You delay one death and accelerate another. However, if you find a crafting bench and an empty tin, you can turn that long pig into gourmet dinner, which will no longer cause quasimorphosis. The implication being that it's not about devouring your fellow man, it's about table manners. Disclaimer, they patched the canned meat. It's so over. On the other hand, they improved the crafting bench so much you have—
The canned meat was perfectly fine. Because once it's in a can, you don't know what's in it. Why'd they patch that? Now you're stuck eating people and things and trying to hog actual food and not eat. Dang it.
They patched the canned
How dare you
meat.
take this
it's
away?
So over. On the other hand, they improved the crafting bench so much you have no idea. We are so back. In general, the crafting bench will save a lot of your early game runs. Don't sleep on it. Improvised toilet grenades clear rooms, makeshift batteries power autodocs and floor scanners. Completing a mission gives rewards, but more importantly, reputation. You can land at any corporate asset so long as it's friendly and exchange goods for equipment. And if you're completely broke but friendly with Techland, you can even exchange yourself by amputating your own limbs. This is not a joke. It's a completely valid strategy to potato peel your digits, offer them at the Fever Temple, regenerate your limbs on the ship, and do it all over again. It's not efficient, but we can no longer exploit blood bag synthesis. They caught on to us, boys. It was good while it lasted. Speaking of which, the Magnum can fabricate almost everything, so long as you have the proprietary item chip. These are effectively a perpetual license, and are so incredibly valuable that finding one during a mission is a valid reason for evacuation. There's also also class and mind chips, which unlock classes and mercenaries respectively. If you mouse over a chip and you see the words data miner, you've officially hit the jackpot. You can do whatever you want, but remember, your actions have consequences. Supporting a corporation will accelerate their growth in technology. If you want top-shelf gear, great. But if you turn against them in the future, you're not going to be facing wage slaves and general managers. You'll be facing rival PMCs and their own special forces. So I encourage you, pick a side, any side, and stick to it. There's a lot of minor corporations, but for the...
So I'm assuming regardless of which side you pick, you're going to have a handful of people that just do not like you at all by default, huh? You can't please everybody in this game, I'm assuming. That's just my assumption. If I'm wrong, please feel free to correct me in the comments. It'd be kind of cool if, you know, you couldn't please everyone, but also it'd be kind of nice if you could please everyone, because you could just be the merc for anyone. You're just there for the money, and your intentions are very clear. You don't care what your job is for as long as there's money involved. I think I would probably play that way, to be honest.
Pick a side, any side, and stick to it.
If I could.
There's a lot of minor corporations, but for the sake of time, here's the big players. SBN, social media monopoly. They own Twitter, the best energy rifles, and the lightest armor. RealWare, industrial mega manufacturer. Carnage Pattern is objectively the coolest armor, and they produce the highest RPM ballistics. Ancom, entertainment and research conglomerate. They make the most versatile armor, the best snipers, and the experimental HFC, this game's equivalent of Venus BFG. Testlan, Quasimorphs from Venus that'll make you rage quit at least several times. Everything is Aztec, from the design to the desire for human organs. And finally, the Civil Resistance. These are terrorists that hope to bring about something even worse than Judgment Day. A return to national sovereignty. They intentionally hive mind themselves into a cluster of consciousness known as a call node. In effect, they have achieved working communism. Anyway, you understand the politics of our PMC. Let's return to the actual mechanics. It's very tempting to finish the tutorial and go straight to the moon. Somehow, I avoided this, so I didn't get filtered by a wheelchair. Quasimorphosis is unique to each planet because they're subject to the influence of a different Brown Futura. Venus, Ganix. Mercury, Shartamacum. And the Earth's moon, Duger. Mars and its moons have absentia, which means there is no Quasimorphosis. So, if you're starting off, I recommend Mars. If you're learning, try Mercury and Venus. And if you know what you're doing, go to the moon. That doesn't mean any single location is safe, and death is around every corner. Most common cause of death? Flamethrowers. Not in the hands of enemies, but myself. An entire run gone in a flash because some unpaid worker amputated your neck with a circular saw. I assumed the weapon was busted, so I tried it myself. In a straight line, where it ricocheted and cut my legs clean off. When you take damage, you get injuries, which have to be treated, or they get infected. And if there's no antibiotics on hand, well, it has to go. Secondly, the most common cause of...
That's actually really nice. I like the attention to detail, but also that's really creepy. I would never be able to do it myself personally. If I was in a situation where something had to be removed, I wouldn't be able to do it myself. I'd be SOL. I'd just die. I would succumb to it. Nope. I don't have the balls for it. I'd just die. That'd be it. It'd be over. I get bit in a game where there's zombies. It's over. I'm dead. I'm not cutting my hand off. I can't bring myself to do it.
There's no antibiotics on hand. Well, it has to go.
Just
secondly,
give me the old yeller.
Pain shock. If you take too much damage too quickly, you get stunned and lose a turn. Both systems are universal. If you shoot something hard enough, they'll get stunned from the shock. If you cause injury, you can run away as they bleed to death. And if you amputate a critical organ, they might just die instantaneously. The number of action points you can take per turn is based on your move setting. At any time, you can switch between sneak, normal, and run. Sneak is one action point, but can detect the position of nearby enemies, use your inventory, and interact with nearby objects at no cost.
Pretty cool.
Normal is 2 action points, and run is free. However, while running, you can't open your inventory and take a severe penalty to your accuracy. Peak performance requires that you abuse the system. Opening a door, switch to sneak, see enemies, switch to normal, then toss a grenade before switching back and locking it on the same turn. A lot of players have a tendency to go autopilot in sneak mode and just die without explanation. What usually happens is they turn a sharp corner, get their shit blasted in, but because they have a single action point, they go into pain shock, which rolls over to the next turn, where they get shot again and repeat the process until they die. The whole point of running is the face check. Understand your tools, and you'll find this to be a very satisfying tactical experience.
I'll never understand. Okay, I'm not throwing shade at anybody, by the way. I'm just making that clear. I don't understand how some people just don't like turn-based games. They're fun and challenging all at the same time. There's a beauty and a certain difficulty, yes, but it just makes it even more beautiful, right? So, I don't know. I can't imagine a world without turn-based shooting. And I'm curious as to why. Like, I don't know, if any of you Yapplers don't like turn-based, why? Is it because you have to wait? Is it because the game is just taking too long? Is it a matter of time? Or is it just like, not preferred? Genuinely curious. Not even throwing shade or anything like that. I would never dunk on anyone for their personal opinions, obviously. But I can be curious. And so I am.
Face check. Understand your tools, and you'll find this to be a very satisfying tactical experience. I used to have complaints about this game, but after so many hours, I can tell you, if you die, it's a skill issue. I have a brain parasite, and it forces me to play this game at 2 times speed with cheat engine. That's a personal choice. I also use a macro to amputate every corpse. After 100 hours playtime, that's a necessity. Classes work like a perk system, and each mercenary has an intrinsic perk. This unique ability combines with your class of choice to create vastly different play styles.
Nice.
For example, Percy comes with +5 to all resistance. Outfitted with full carnage pattern, he's the only person in the game that can set himself on fire and not take damage. And after putting him in Phoenix Brigade, I can shoot a single round of incendiary ammunition and burn down half the map. In general, you should pick a mercenary that suits your playstyle. Do you want to feast on human flesh? Play Isabella, because she's immune to infection. Even better, put her as Eclipse Blaze and turn your cannibalism into a one-hit kill. Are you tired of getting stun-locked? Try Maximilian, because he doesn't feel pain. Would you like a slower pace? Play Mirza, because her caloric needs are 40% of everyone else. Are you tired of scraping by? Would you like to quadruple everyone's inventory to the point where every enemy contains 2 flavors of ramen and a pack of Lucky Strikes? Play Tunnel Rats and experience the greatest whiplash in difficulty, as everything that doesn't die to your shotgun gets knocked back into the void of space. I've discussed builds. Let's talk about guns, because there's a lot of them. If you want to kill enemies, you need to beat their resistance, and the type of damage you do is based on the ammunition. Flamethrowers and energy rifles cook organics, but have no effect on cyborgs. In contrast, the buckshot of a shotgun will cut them to pieces. Most armor stops the blunt impact of a 9mm, but a 797 from an assault rifle will pierce right through. Quasimorphic weapons deal cold. Even if you're fully equipped, the full burst of a serpent's mouth will send you straight back to the menu. And poison was previously neglected. Now it's a complete menace. Also, there's turrets. They're incredibly useful for defense missions, and because an enemy ran right up to your face, shooting you in the crossfire. And finally, you might be asking yourself, what's that little icon on the bottom right?
Project?
Don't worry about it. Anyways, I forgot how to structure this video, so in conclusion...
What is it? I have to know. I don't know if he's gonna actually circle back and explain, or if he's genuinely leaving it at that. So what is it? And why does he say to ignore it? Is it really not important? Or is it spoilers?
Right. Don't worry about it. Anyways, I forgot how to structure this video. So in conclusion, I give this game a self-inflicted out of 10. It's amazing. I know it's early access, but there's a lot of content already.
Self-inflicted is a pretty good rating.
80 hours on just the main gameplay loop. There's an impressive roadmap and features to come that I cannot disclose at this time because I promised I wouldn't tell. As always, more content to come next year because I gotta see my family. Merry Christmas. A long thanks to the many members of the Merchants Guild generously funding and bankrolling these videos consistently for several years. You're all truly wonderful, and you give me more than I deserve. And you won't stop asking me to take your money, so I will. In exchange, enjoy the outro.
In exchange? Thanks. I like this. I could vibe to that. That's a lot of names. Holy fluff. So many Matthews. I love that. What were those giant round flesh orbs? Were those people? They didn't look like people, but I mean, well, they were bipedal, so maybe. What were the... What was that? Those! The amount of detail is insane! There's so many, Chris. So many names! David! All the deaths. Rip. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Into the sun? Are you allowed to go to the sun? That's a lot. What? He just vaporized the floor? I hope it's not copyright. It's fine. So many names. This is a long one. I'm just like wiggling. Ooh. Oh? What am I looking at?
If you're interested, there's a 20% sale on GOG.
Is that him?
A special thanks to the autistic Japanese man who tailored me this Nadeke suit. If you're interested in anything from a Democratic Republic of Congo military suit to a BDSM outfit, I've linked his Patreon in the description below. By the way, in case you're wondering, what's the most expensive part of this suit? It's the snake skin. Have a merry 2024. And I'll see you all next year.
Thank you for tuning in to another Neko Reacts. Have you played Quasimorph? What's your favorite mercenary? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, please leave a like and subscribe to the universe, and I'll see you in the next one. Matanya! Bye-bye!